to another episode of Watch Once Over. Today we're going to be doing a collection highlight, and this is about regulators. Now, these are two Alpina regulators. They do the same thing, but in different ways. The smaller one, which is about a 42, is an automatic, and the bigger one, which is 110 from my brother, this one is about a 48. But for all intents and purposes, this rear is just about like a 40, and this one rears like a 45, and it has a lot to do with the cases. Now, the cases on here are just about the same shape, and they have the Geneva hallmark on the bands, and Alpina on the other side of the band. They're both have the same exact sign crown. They're both screw down crown. Both 200 meters of water resistance, and they're both regulators. Now, what makes them differ, the main two things, is the size. The dial layout is very similar, but the size of them are different, as you can see, and then the movements. Now, the bigger one has a pocket watch movement in there, and you can see that this is all Geneva striped. And this movement beats at 18,000 vibrations an hour and just has over 40 hours of autonomy. And this is basically a pocket watch movement that is patterned after the famous Unitas movement. As you can see, it's a lot of heat-treated blue screws on here. Let me see, 3 bridges. 3 plates in the back, and you can see the rubies, the signed Alpina, and you can also see it's a Swiss 20 atmospheres here. Now, the smaller one, which is my watch, you can see that this one is an automatic, and it is also an Avalanche Extreme, and it has Geneva striping on the rotor, minimalist decoration on the movement on this one, but you can see the rotor swinging on here, and this is at a 2895, I believe, and this is also an Extreme series, but this one is also Swiss made, 20 atmospheres, screw down crown, and enjoys about the same amount of power reserves, just over 40 hours of power reserve. And this one is an automatic. So you got 2 different ways to do it. This one, you have to have a manual interaction with this every day or every other day if you're going to be wearing it a lot. This one, you just put it on your wrist, you set it and forget it. They are both no-date versions, and I do like that about it. The dial treatment is similar. This one has brushed numerals in a pilot-style configuration. Instead of 1 through 12, it has the 60-second track on the outside, and then on the smaller sub-dial, you have a 12, 3, 6, and 9. And this one has a 12, 3, 6, and 9 also, but on the minute, it only have indices, as you can see. So this one has sword style hands. This one has paddle style hands. They both have loomed hands. This one also has loomed indices and a loomed 12, 3, 6, and 9. And I'll show you that when I do a loom shot. But they're just cool watches. Now, let's just take my brother's, for example, how you would tell the time. Well, each minute, hour, and second is on its own plane. The sub-dial at 6 o'clock, that is your running seconds. And I'm going to let it swing around. You can see the second hand running. The long sword style hand, that is your minute. So it's going to be half past whatever hour. And then in the sub-dial, right around 10 o'clock, that is going to be your hours. So you look at the sub-dial, which is, it's going to be 4, half past 4, and then you can look at the big dial, it's 4:30. So that's how you would tell the time on that one. On this one, it's the same thing, 4:30. So regulators are extremely cool. It's a different complication. If you want something different in your collection, just about every brand makes these. Oris makes them, Hamilton makes them, Alpina still makes them in different styles. These ones are a couple years old, but Alpina does still make them. And it's just a nice watch for your collection if you want something different, conversation piece, something that someone's going to ask you, how do you tell time on that? So these are more watches for people who are into watches. If you're new to the watch game, I don't see a lot of people picking up regulators. Regulators are, I want to say, they're more for people who are into watches. And that's just how I feel about it. The purpose of why these were made in the first place is beyond me. I did not research that aspect. Leave a comment to educate us all, including myself. I'm still learning too. And the watch, they're just lovely. These are brushed with polish elements on the cases. They have steel bolted down bezels, which are lovely. The back is all bolted down. Sapphire top crystals and mineral glass bottom crystals on both of them. And these watches are extremely Alpine Extreme. And I think that extreme has to do with comfort, because these are extremely comfortable. One downside of these they are proprietary integrated straps, which that is all the craze right now is the integrated bracelets and stuff. But they fit real great. Now, I'll put mine on my wrist. My wrist is 7.25 inches. And this watch just feels lovely. It just feels great. This is one of my favorite watches to wear. Nice grab and go watch. Just set it and forget it. Don't have to worry about winding this one. And then if you want to go a different route, you can go like my brother did. And this is about a 48, but it wears like a 45. Put this one on. And you can see this one looks pretty good too. So if you're slight of wrist, I would go with the automatic. But my brother's wrist is just about the same as mine, 7.25 to 7.5, and he wears this just fine. He wears it all the time. This one does require a little bit more interaction with. You're going to have to wind it up just about every other day. But it's just something that is cool, different. And these are Alpine Extreme regulators, and those are a shot of the movements again. So tell me what you guys think about these ones. They're pretty cool. Alpina is a great brand, great Swiss brand, long lineage, and I really love them. So that's the Watch Once Over for today. My name is Big E. I'll talk to you guys on the next video. God bless, and have a good one. Oh, I forgot about the loom shot. I'm so sorry. Let's loom them up. Let's loom them up. The loom on these aren't that much to write home about, but we'll look. That's the loom on them. As you can see, my brother's has a lot more loom. Mine's only has the hands loomed. So it's a lot easier to read his at night. And mine's is a lot easier to maintain as an everyday watch, in my opinion. But like I said, some people like to interact with their watches every day. So that's the Watch Once Over for today. My name is Big E. I'll talk to you guys later. God bless and have a good one. Thank you for watching.